Well, the Lady Blazers were 10-7 heading into week number 6 as they were taking on Wesleyan College on Friday night, October the 10th. Paul, Wesleyan College is a team that was very, do it over. I went way where I didn't want to. I'm going to talk about the record-setting performance. The Lady Blazers were 10-7 heading into week number 6, taking on Wesleyan College on Friday, October the 10th. Paul, a record-setting performance against Wesleyan. You hit 650 as a team.
Yeah, brand new Gulf South Conference record. Offensively, we seemed to be able to do absolutely everything that we wanted to do, and that included getting everybody on our team involved in the match. We had
Seth Lee Brannon, Danielle Lehman, and Emily Robertson all hitting a perfect 1,000 percentage, and had Julie Kolodzik adding a 667, and of course Barbie Martinez hit an 800.
You know, it was an outstanding performance by all of our players. You know, we got a chance to get some kids some experience who truly do a really great job for us in practice, but are not always on the court against some of our stronger opponents. So absolutely everybody did their job and did a great job.
Okay, well, you improved to 11-7, and on Saturday, October 11th, you took your team up to Carrollton to start conference play. First up was Alabama-Huntsville, one of the stronger opponents you're going to face this year.
Yeah, Alabama-Huntsville is a great team. I think they're currently ranked 6th in the South Central region, and that's just 2 places away from going to the NCAA tournament. They're also 2nd in our division and an awfully good team. We felt like we had a chance against them, but we really came out flat that morning, and I think a lot of people, especially our freshmen, were nervous of their first Gulf South Conference opponent, and they really put it to us in 3.
Mm-hmm. You lost 15-3, 15-6, and 15-7. You showed improvement all through the match, and Jennifer Nelms put a 12-kill performance up.
Yeah, Jennifer's continuing to play well. She's up against stiffer competition. A little bit better blocking schemes are up against her, but she's continuing doing a good job of putting the ball away.
Okay. Now, 0-1 in the GSC. Yes. You went to the second match of the Saturday doubleheader versus Lincoln Memorial. You're really wanting your first conference win here.
Yeah, we felt like we matched up much better with Lincoln Memorial than what we did with Alabama-Huntsville. And it was a difficult match, but we went back and forth the entire way, and we absolutely have no highlights coming up. It was a difficult.
Were you expecting a 5-game match to the intensity you got?
Well, we weren't really sure how they would play against us. We knew they would be a good team, but probably a better team than what they were last year. Lincoln Memorial always seems to be a team that we go 5 with. I think of the 4 matches previously with them, we went 5 in 3 of those 4. So, you know, at this point, you know, we were just looking to try to go ahead and close this victory out, get our first Gulf South Conference win behind us. You know, here Barbie Martinez gets a great kill down the line. You know, she really started picking up her performance her performance during this weekend.
She hit 364 during this match and had 21 kills.
You know, it's a simple, you know, simply when we started the season off, most of our offense was channeled in towards Jennifer Nelms in the middle of the court. And most of our opponents scouted us, knew what was going to happen. And then once they adjusted to that, then we were able to start getting the ball outside to some other people.
Here we see one of Jody Johnson's 41 assists before this point here.
I don't know where we're at in this game. All right, what are we doing here, folks? Talk to him.
What is the deal?
We're going to do it all the way, we're resetting.
From what point?
Coach, we're going to let you watch the highlights.
All right, but where do we start these highlights at?
Bring up the highlights right when we start talking about the match.
You want you to bring up the highlights right.
Right when we get done talking about Alabama-Huntsville, bring up the Lincoln Memorial.
They want you to bring up the highlights after they get through talking about the Alabama. You heard me, Tiffany? Coach, they're gonna replay the highlights so you can look at them.
This is,
Let's see.
I think this is game 5.
All right, they're serving. We side out. I'll tell you right now what game it is. Yep, it's okay. This is the rally score 5th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we showed the same highlight twice in a row. Do you know that? Mm-hmm. Right outside of McGovern. McGovern goes down the line with the kill. Right here, 13 serving against is the exact same play that we had previously. Swinging outside to Barbie, she goes down the line, kill. Now this is that. This would have been the actual next play.
Okay. Where are we picking up from? VSU was 10-7 heading into week number 6. Paul, you start off with a record-setting performance against Wesleyan College.
Yeah, we did a pretty good job. We hit a 650, which sets a new Gulf South Conference, hitting a percentage mark, breaking the old record held by Alabama-Huntsville, and that was set in 1993. So it is a record that had been around for a while. 3
players, Seth Lee Brannon, Danielle Lehman, and Emily Robertson, all hit a perfect 1,000 in the game.
Yeah, they did a very nice job. I think not only those 3, but everybody in general played a very strong offensive match.
You had Julie Kolodzik, Barbara Martinez, and Jennifer Nelms all over 500.
Yeah, again, you know, Wesleyan was a team that we have the opportunity to do basically everything we want to against them, and we did it. So I thought it was a great effort.
Okay, you improved to 11-7 heading up to Carrollton to start off conference play. First off for you was Alabama-Huntsville, and one of your stronger opponents you'll face this year.
Alabama-Huntsville is an awfully good team. I mean, they're ranked 6th in the South Central region, which means there's only 2 teams above them that will go to the NCAA tournament before them. They're number 2 in our division, and they do just an absolutely outstanding job of directing their offense and their defense, and they really did a great job against us. I mean, I felt like a lot of our freshmen looked nervous, and they played a little bit nervous, and Alabama-Huntsville took care of us.
You dropped the match 15-3, 15-6, 15-7. Jennifer Nelms, however, did manage to get 12 kills. And
yeah, Jennifer came up with her normal performance. She's hitting around 4 kills per game, and against you know, a great couple blockers in Becky Stitt for Alabama-Huntsville, she was able to continue that performance. She's really showing herself as an all-conference caliber player.
Now, 0-1, you had to take on Lincoln Memorial in the nightcap of the doubleheader. You're looking for your first win here.
Yeah, Lincoln Memorial is a team that we tend to, every time we play them, go 5. And I don't know if it's a situation where we take them a little bit lightly or they get very fired up for us, but they definitely do a nice job of coming up against us. Of the 4 times that we've played them, 3 of those have gone 5, and we go 5 again with them in this match here. I believe we're picking this up in the 5th game, and in this 5th game match, it is what is called rally score. There, you know, Lincoln Memorial is serving the ball, and under the rules of volleyball, usually when Barbie gets a kill, just as she does there, the serve goes to us, and there's no point on the line. But in what's called the deciding game, or the 5th game rally score, every time the ball goes into play, a point is on the line. So when Barbie sided out, that was a point, and with Lincoln Memorial siding out, that was another point. So it was certainly a situation where You have to play with a whole lot more intelligence, and you have to play with a whole lot more intensity. Again, Barbie Martinez getting a kill almost in the exact same fashion as the previous one.
One of 21 kills on the match for her.
Yeah, she did an outstanding job. It's something that offensively we knew would happen. She would eventually get her openings because our opponents are spending so much time worrying about Jennifer Nelms. Here, Jennifer goes over top of the defense and does what we asked her to do, which was just keep it in play, try not to make too many things happen, and she got a kill out of it. So here we're pushing through, and again, this match is going back and forth. You can't really see that there's much of a crowd there, and the only people that were really there are some of the VSU faithful. We felt like that as Lincoln Memorial struggled in this fifth game, they would go back and start being a team that we've seen before, which is tends to make a lot of mistakes. And there we saw a poor dig lead to a swing out of bounds by Jamie McGovern, which is Lincoln's top hitter. Now they're out of substitutions, and McGovern's in the back row, and she's not a strong defensive player. So Jennifer Nelms has a good swing on a slide we run here, and number 7 comes in, keeps it in play. Again, we're just, it's a nervous time for everybody, and we're just trying to continue to keep the ball in play, force them to make the mistakes, and they continue to make mistakes.
One of Julie Kolodnik's 8 kills there.
Yeah, Julie's doing a super job just passing the ball so well for us, which is really what puts our offense together. It was a great showing by all the freshmen. I think they got embarrassed against Lincoln Memorial or against Alabama Huntsville, and they had something to prove, and to prove it is exactly what they did.
Kolodnik also added 15 digs, as we saw in that last point.
In this situation, I think I was about as nervous as I could possibly be, because this is the worst rotation that we have in our team, and they're serving at game points. So we have 14, they have 13, and believe it or not, the kid serves it out of bounds for the victory. And again, every time the ball goes into play, there's a point on the line. She serves it out of bounds, and that's it. It's over.
There we see the final. VSU winning 15-9, 9-15, 15-10, losing the fourth game 12-15, and coming back in the fifth 15-13. Next up was West Alabama. You're 1-1 in the conference, and you dropped the first game to West Alabama.
Yeah, it was a situation where, we really probably didn't have to lose that game to them, and it was a situation where we really, I think took care of a little bit of on-the-court business with our team. We had a few, I think a couple people being a little bit temperamental, and we addressed that issue and ended up losing the game because of it, but I felt like it was probably the right thing to do because we really were in control of the match, and I really was not afraid of what West Alabama was going to be able to do to us.
Kristen Pennington came in and put up 43 assists.
Yeah, she made the big impact. She immediately gave us a fresh face at setter, and the players immediately came in behind her confidence-wise, and offensively we really took off. And I believe that was basically the difference in the match.
Okay. And last up was Montevallo, and you improved to 2-1 heading into this match and 13-8 overall. Is this a team that you match up well against?
Actually, we don't match up very well against them at all. They are a big physical team with their left outside hitters, and those are the players that end up responsible for blocking a lot of our slide plays, and they did a great job of blocking against us, and it's something that we are going to have to work real hard on and practice when we actually get to face them again.
Julie Kolodnik, Barbara Martinez, and Jenny Metcalf put up 13, 12, and 11 digs respectively. That's a lot of defense.
Yeah, we really played a terrible job of defense the first game. It was after that I said, listen, the difference in us being in this match or not being in this match is based on defense. And if we don't pick up our defense, then we're not going to be in this thing for very long. And, everybody took that to heart. We really came back, started playing some more aggressive defense, and we stayed in a little bit longer.
Well, stay tuned because we're coming right back with the highlights from week number 7. Week number 7 saw VSU take a return trip to Carrollton. You spent a whole weekend up there and you didn't get to play the host school. Finally, you get to play West Georgia.
Yeah, we got to play them on a Friday night. Tough environment. Their football team was there and they were having a good time. It was going to be a tough contest. We knew that going in, and I think we did a pretty good job, all things considered.
Barbara Martinez really got off to a hot streak for the weekend, starting off with 17 kills and hitting a .282.
Yeah, she lit it up. She was doing, again, a marvelous job on defense, and I really believe that her defense keys her success offensively. When she feels like she is contributing to stopping our opponent's offense, then I feel like her offense really takes off.
She put up 15 digs, and Julie Kolazic added 19 digs of her own.
Yeah, that part of our offense, or part of our defensive plan, is to funnel our opponent's attacks into that side, and I thought that those numbers show that we were able to accomplish exactly that.
Well, you win the match 15-11, 15-11, 15-12, and then you move on to face Lincoln Memorial again.
Right. Our second time around with Lincoln Memorial. Well,
cut. I figured we were just skipping them.
That's what I thought too.
Skipping highlights?
No, I don't want to, but I figured we were because they didn't bring up West Georgia.
They didn't bring them up when we came back.
As soon as I come back, bring them up. As soon as, come up on 3, as soon as we switch to 2, bring them up.
You heard him? She said, introduce the highlights before just saying West Georgia. Just saying West Georgia, they make it think that you're just talking about the game itself. So
Okay.
could you introduce the highlights and make it much easier?
Okay. Stop fidgeting. Smile. This is fun, damn it.
You're taking it from the top off the commercial.
VSU began week number 7 making a return trip up to Carrollton to take on West Georgia. Coach, you spent a whole weekend up there the week before, and you didn't even get to play the host school. Now you're finally taking on West Georgia as we look at the highlights.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play up there. Their entire football team was there, and they were having a good time. And West Georgia, I believe, is one of the most underrated teams in our conference. I have a tremendous amount of respect for them. It was a situation where we beat them in 3 games, but it was not an easy match at all. We had to be ready 100% of the time.
And Barbara Martinez really started off her week hot here, getting 17 kills and hitting a .282.
Yeah, she really had a great start to the weekend. Defensively, she did it all. Offensively, she did it all. It really did start her off very positively.
She added 15 digs, and Julie Kolazic added 19 digs of her own.
Yeah, I think, it's a situation where we tried to defensively funnel as many balls as we can over to that side of our defense, and now we're starting to see those numbers add up.
You see Jennifer Nelms finally placing that ball into the corner.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations. We make sure that we don't want to make an error with it. We don't want to hit it out of bounds, but at the same time, we don't want to give them something easy. They're a very, very scrappy team. They tend to make a lot of mistakes, but as long as we could keep ourselves in this match and keep our intensity, we felt like we had a very good chance of beating them. There, Jennifer Nelms gets a block. They pick it back up. We come on offense outside of Julie Kolazic, and she gets one to dribble along the net and fall. So that was a nice little gift for us.
Tough angle for one of her 11 kills there.
We just continued to do whatever we could, and it was going to be a match where nothing came easy for us, and we had to fight for everything that we got. And I was very proud of our team's performance, not only playing them in a tough environment, but they played a very good match.
Klodzik also put up 6 service aces.
Yeah, they had a lot of trouble with our topspin serves, and we really made a determination that we used some people that we hadn't ordinarily used, and didn't use some people that we usually use because we wanted to get as many topspin serves against them as we can. We'll probably continue that same philosophy when we play them a little bit later this season.
Saw another one of Jennifer Nelms' 9 kills on the match.
Right. Here Barbie Martinez just smart, keeping the ball in play, gives them fits with it. They ended up giving us a free ball that we had a chance to put it away and just didn't do it. Their outside hitter, Amy Ernest, hits it out of bounds. Again, we're continuing to serve aggressively, which is one of our trademarks, play good defense, and then do something in transition. Now we've switched in Emily Robertson for blocking purposes. We take out our setter and put in our biggest non-starter, and it worked finally for once, and we were able to take game 3 because of it.
There you see the finals. Next up was Lincoln Memorial, a rematch. 5-gamer in the first match. Were you expecting the same?
Yeah, I really was. I didn't think anything would change. I know that Lincoln is struggling. They've got I think they had a 15-10 record coming in to play us, but yet they were 1-5 in conference. And I told the kids, simply put, that there's not a tougher team than one that's playing for their lives. And for all practical purposes, they were playing for their conference lives.
You went in 3, 15-11, 15-13, 15-11. Really on the strength of Barbie Martinez, staying hot, 15 kills.
Right. Again, it's a compliment to her ability. It's also a compliment to the offense. Early on we went to the middle. Now everybody's so concerned about our middle that our outsides are really being able to heat it up.
Klodzik keeping up the defense, 14 digs.
Right. We did an outstanding job all the way around. It was a great performance.
Next up, biggest test of the year, North Alabama.
Number 5 team in the nation.
Let's look at the highlights here.
They have just so many offensive weapons. It is so difficult to keep up with them. I think that this is a rally in which we make just about as many digs as I think that is possible for a team to make. This was a great rally. Their hitters are going after it. They're placing very well-placed shots. We're keeping up with them. We're digging the ball. We're keeping it in play, not going to make a mistake, giving them a free ball. There we get a block back on our side of the net. We get a great dig by Barbie Martinez, keep it in play, keep making them make plays. They go outside to their All-American, Jensen. Jenny Metcalf sprawls on the floor, keeps it in play, and then their setter just puts it over. And, at this point, I felt like the biggest thing I could do is stroll onto the court and applaud that performance, because I don't care what we might be ranked in the nation, but the defensive performance that we put on right there was as good as anything that North Alabama's ever seen.
Barbie Martinez, 21 digs.
Unstoppable. She was making digs literally on her back. She tripped coming off the net at one point and was laying on the floor and made a dig, kept it in play, and it's just a situation where offensively that ball we thought was down, she hits about a foot out of bounds, and we are just sitting here looking at a team play defense as well as any team in the country. So there's no question that defensively we can play with the best of the best.
Jenny Metcalf, 4 of 9 for hitting a .444 in the match.
Yeah, offensively we definitely have some things that we have to work on to be at the caliber of the University of North Alabama. Jenny did a great job for us, played a tough position, saw some of the biggest blocks that she'll probably see the rest of the season in what North Alabama was putting up on that left-hand side.
And here we see the finals, 1-8-4 for VSU in the final there. Next up, Brenau, a welcome change to North Alabama, I suspect.
Yeah, after North Alabama, it was a situation where we had to feel good about how well we played defensively. Offensively, we still have some kinks to work out. It was a good chance for the kids to relax that night. A lot of the players being from the metro Atlanta area, everybody took someone home with them, so they had a nice relaxing day. And then we came back against Brenau, and we take them in 3, a fairly easy match. We didn't play exceptionally well, but a win's a win.
You hit .353 as a team.
Again, I thought we should have probably played a little better. I mean, I thought we were sluggish, and maybe that was from because everybody did sort of go home and maybe took them a little bit lightly, as well as easily as we handled them here at our own tournament earlier in the year.
Martinez leading the way with hitting a 600 with 10 kills.
Yeah, she had such an incredible weekend, and she was richly deserving of the award she just received, which was Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. And she did a phenomenal job for us this week and really helped us secure that 3-1 record that has made so many more of our goals so reachable.
Well, VSU improves to 16-10, and stay with us because when we come back, we're taking you on the court with Coach Cantrell. Last week, we took you inside the weight room so you could see the Lady Blazers hard at work off the court. Now you're going to see them in a slightly different light, as Jenny Metcalf took a camera along when the Lady Blazers traveled to Alabama to give you a closer look inside VSU Volleyball. Last week, we took you in the weight room so you could see the Lady Blazers hard at work off the court. Now you're going to see them in a slightly different light, as Jenny Metcalf is going to show you life on the road with the VSU Lady Blazer volleyball team. Yeah. 3 again. Here's a look at where the Lady Blazer volleyball action will be taking place until our next show.